Hello, Olentangy community. During the last 18 months, our community determined it was past time to address our heavily overcrowded schools and put an issue on the ballot to build a fourth high school. Voters passed the issue in March 2016, exactly 1 year ago. Since that day, the next necessary step, redistricting, has weighed heavily on my mind. Each and every day I spend time driving through the district, thinking about the best alternatives for the new attendance boundary lines, knowing that change can be difficult. Ohio law dictates that the superintendent has the responsibility to assign staff and students. In order to complete this task, I created a Superintendents Committee comprised of 55 members representing each of our 23 school buildings across the district. The committee was charged with examining the district's attendance boundaries and recommending a proposal to me for consideration. Over the past 7 months, the committee has met a total of 6 times, presented 2 comprehensive scenarios to the community for their input, held 3 in-person forums, and received feedback from over 1,300 community members regarding potential attendance boundary lines. During this time, I have also attended numerous meetings throughout the district, closely listening to concerns, answering questions, and carefully considering the many complexities of this decision, impacting our students and families today and in the future. I'm very appreciative of the work of the Attendance Boundary Committee, knowing that their job has been far from easy. Their dedication and work on this complex project has been outstanding, and I extend my heartfelt thanks to them. While it is my responsibility to assign attendance boundaries, the Board of Education adopted redistricting guidelines in the fall of 2016, which directed the work of the committee and guided my decision. Each guideline stands on its own, one not more important than another, and each was considered in making this decision. Throughout this past year, I've spoken with many of you about your children, your families, and the possibility of changing schools. I've talked with you about the excellent teachers and coaches your children have had and hope to have, about the concept of transporting to and from school, about friendships, teams, organizations, traditions, and future academic and extracurricular aspirations. We've spoken, you and I, about the challenges I face as a superintendent and you face as a parent. Throughout each of these conversations and exchanges, I'm struck by one common theme: a deep sense of pride and appreciation for your school communities. We are one school community with a common desire to provide an outstanding experience for your children. We are one Olentangy. While the decision that I'm about to announce will not meet everyone's desire to remain at their current school, it will encompass our entire district, our whole school community. At the high school level, some students will be joining existing schools, creating a new high school community, and others will be developing a community where there was once none. Throughout this experience, I have no doubt we will continue to be strong and grow in our pride in the Olentangy Local School District, in our school community, in our one Olentangy. I'm confident we will continue to be the outstanding school district we are today, and in fact believe we'll be even better as we provide a high-quality educational experience in an optimal environment for each and every student. So, beginning with the 2018 school year, the final decision will be to implement Scenario B with some modifications affecting all grade levels K-12. Those modifications will be outlined in a comprehensive explanation by Scott Leopold, our consultant from DeYoung Richter, immediately following my remarks. Throughout this process, we thoroughly examined the possibility of phasing in parts of this plan next year. However, many factors, mostly related to staffing and transportation, do not allow us to move forward with this concept. In addition, students in the class of 2020 who currently attend Liberty High School and Orange High School and who have been assigned to attend Olentangy High School, beginning in the 2018-19 school year, may elect to stay at their current school for their junior and senior year without any impact to athletic participation. However, These students will not be provided transportation should they choose to remain at their existing high school. Once again, while this is a final decision and we know change is rarely easy, I know that in this case, change is necessary to allow us to meet the needs of all Olentangy students, and I'm proud that we can do that here because we are one Olentangy. I'll now turn it over to Scott Leopold to outline the specific changes. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Raiff. I'm going to go through each boundary change area by grade level, elementary, middle, and high, but here is an overview of all three levels. The shaded background areas are elementary boundaries, the thick purple lines are high school boundaries, and the medium orange lines are middle school boundaries. Feel free to pause this at any time to examine an area in more detail. The overall elementary impact 714 students based on current live-in enrollment and impacts 10 out of the 15 schools. Alum Creek, Johnny Cake Corners, Oak Creek, Olentangy Meadows, and Walnut Creek are completely unchanged. I'm going to go through the details of each change area. Area 1 would move from Indian Springs to Liberty Tree. This is the area on both sides of Hyatt's Road, west of the railroad tracks. Area 2 will move from Heritage to Liberty Tree. This includes all of the Heritage Zone that is north of Home Road and west of the Olentangy River. Area 3 will move from Cheshire to Arrowhead. This is the Cheshire Crossing neighborhood north of Cheshire Road. Moving this area out allows room for future growth in Cheshire and joins the Cheshire Crossing neighborhood back together. Cheshire Crossing south of Cheshire Road moved to Arrowhead at the beginning of this school year. Area 4 moves from Indian Springs to Liberty Tree. This is the small portion of the Palisades of Gulf Village that currently attends Indian Springs that until recently has been disconnected from the rest of the subdivision. Area 5 moves from Liberty Tree to Wyandotte Run. This will help to align the middle school feeder pattern. Area 6 moves from Heritage to Wyandotte Run. Again, this will help to align to the Liberty Middle School feeder pattern. Area 7 moves from Glen Oak to Heritage. There are no students residing in this area. Area 14 moves from Arrowhead to Heritage. This is part of the planned development Slate Ridge. There are currently no students residing in this area. Changes in this area are all moves that are intended to shift students south to better utilize elementaries in the southwest of the district. Area 8 moves from Liberty Tree to Indian Springs. There are no students living in this area. This is part of a future development that will only have access from Crichton Drive. Area 9 moves from Liberty Tree to Scioto Ridge. This moves all the Liberty Tree area south of Rutherford Road. Area 10 moves from Scioto Ridge to Wyandotte Run. This helps to align with the middle school feeder pattern and to increase utilization at Wyandotte Run. Area 11 moves from Scioto Ridge to Tyler Run and aligns the boundary with Powell Road and Sawmill Road. This is a good example of the need to change boundaries due to shifting demographics. The proposed boundary is very similar to the Tyler Run boundary in 2005-2006, before it had to be reduced due to overutilization at Tyler Run. Area 12 moves from Heritage to Glen Oak. This is the area that is currently zoned to Heritage between US 23 and the railroad tracks, south of Hidden Ravine and north of 750. There are no students residing in this commercial industrial area. Area 13 moves from Glen Oak to Freedom Trail. This removes another low percentage split to middle school. This is the middle school map. This impacts a total of 678 middle school students in all middle schools. Again, one of the objectives in this process is to increase utilization at Liberty Middle School and Hyatt's Middle School while we reduce the other three. This scenario maintains 100% feeders to high school for both Orange Middle School to Orange High School and from Shanahan Middle School to Olentangy High School. This aligns Freedom Trail and Olentangy Meadows 100% to Orange Middle School, resulting in a large reduction in transportation. Area 1 moves from Hyatt's to Liberty Middle School. This aligns with the elementary changes around Liberty Tree. This way, do not have any Liberty Tree students feeding into Liberty Middle School and then onto Olentangy High School. Area 2 moves from Hyatt's to Liberty. This is consistent with the changes from Liberty Tree to Wyandotte Run. Area 4 moves from Shanahan to Hyatt's. This addresses underutilization at Hyatt's and the overutilization at Shanahan. The eastern boundary line for Hyatt's Middle School would follow north on 23 from Hyatt's Road and then north on Glen Parkway to the northern district boundary. Area 6 moves from Shanahan to Berkshire. This addresses current low percentage feeder split from Cheshire to Berkshire. This results in Chester splitting 50-50 between Hyatts and Berkshire. Arrowhead will split 35% to Hyatts, 35% to Berkshire, and 30% to Shanahan. Area 3 moves from Hyatts to Shanahan. This is the area of the current Hyatt zone that is on and south of Hyatts Road. This area was redistricted from Shanahan to Hyatts beginning this year due to overutilization at Shanahan. By the time this is implemented in 2018-19, the students impacted in the previous move would be on to high school. Area 5 moves from Orange to Shanahan. This makes Heritage a 100% feeder into Shanahan Middle School and Olentangy High School. Area 7 moves from Berkshire to Orange. This aligns both Freedom Trail and Olentangy Meadows 100% to Orange Middle School, reducing some of the longest bus routes in the district. This is the high school map, impacting 714 students in all high schools. Area 1 would move from Olentangy to Berlin, starting from the west, Clarkshaw Road and all addresses, including future developments of Clarkshaw Moors and Woodcrest Cross, going south to on Liberty Road, south to Home Road, west and not including Home Road to 315, north on 315 to Hyatts, straight east from Hyatts, all the way to the Alum Creek, and then crossing Alum Creek, and this would take the eastern portion of the district north of Jaycox Road, north to Berlin. Area 4 moves from Liberty to Berlin. This is the area on the south side of Clarkshaw Road, and all the area that is currently zoned to Liberty High School that is on or off of Liberty Road, north of Home Road. This is intended to send all high-growth areas north and east to Berlin High School. Area 2 moves from Liberty to Olentangy High School. This is the area that is currently zoned to Liberty High School that is east of Liberty Road, on or south of Home Road, all the way to Powell Road. Area 3 moves from Orange High School to Olentangy High School. This is the area between Orange Road and Powell Road that is west of the railroad tracks and east of 315. This is the feeder pattern chart. As you can see, Shanahan feeds 100% to Olentangy High School, and Orange feeds 100% into Orange High School. Thank you for your time. Please feel free to refer to the PDF version of this PowerPoint on the district website.